A woman accused of killing her nephew is expected to make her second appearance in the Tsakane Magistrate Court this morning. Andile Mthembu was arrested more than a week ago and charged with murder, defeating the ends of justice, and perjury. She allegedly beat 16-year-old Neo Mahlangu to death. Our Linda Mnisi is watching this story. He's live to us from outside that court. We also know that Andile Mthembu, Linda, actually abandoned her bail bid. Do we know why?
Well, at this point, it's quite unclear as to why she decided to abandon bail. But, of course, in such cases, one would expect that, given the public outrage, accused people in such matters would abandon bail. But, of course, it's also her legal right to abandon bail or choose when to apply for bail. And it is not only limited to the lower courts. At any point during her prosecution, she can also apply for bail. So her first appearance, then we heard how she abandoned bail and chose not to get bail this time around. And you'll remember, Ayanda, first appearances are usually quite brief, given the fact that, of course, there's a lot of issues that still need to be taken into account, things like investigations, which may be ongoing in this particular matter. We know that it was postponed for further investigations into the matter, but also the first appearance is an opportunity for her to choose whether she wants her own legal representative or legal aid.
Has been said, if anything, from Andile Mthembu's own family, who I imagine must be quite taken aback by what she's alleged to have done and her roping in of her son.
Indeed, and you'll remember that from this matter being reported, it was one of the relatives who was not even in the province at the time. We heard from the NPA how her 14-year-old son, in fact, took visuals of that particular crime and sent it to a relative who was in KZN. He then informed the police officers, but you also remember my colleague Tsakane also visiting the family home, but the family really at this point remaining mum and not wanting to speak. And one can understand, given, of course, perhaps the shock that has engulfed the family at this given point. But of course, we expect then that perhaps during these proceedings, they'll give us a sense of how they are feeling about this particular crime, given the fact that we already heard that Neo Mahlangu would always visit her aunt, who also happens to be allegedly behind his murder. So it'll be interesting, Ayanda, to hear what the family has to say about this particular matter.
Absolutely. Of course, I imagine what the court will also want to do is to try ascertain the motive behind, actions like this. For now, thanks very much indeed. Linda Mnisi is live to us there from just outside the Tsakane Magistrates Court.